Ever wondered how a dull, lifeless backyard can turn into a vibrant, flower-filled paradise? It all starts with a vision, a little bit of imagination, and a lot of love for nature. Picture your backyard, once a simple open space, gradually transforming into a blooming oasis. The once barren soil now hosts a multitude of flowers, their vibrant colors painting the landscape in hues of red, yellow, and lavender. It's a space where every nook and corner tells a story of growth and transformation, where the journey of every seedling from a tiny bud to a full-grown flower can be traced. Imagine stepping into your backyard, the fresh scent of blooming flowers filling the air, a symphony of birds chirping in the background, and a palette of colors soothing your eyes. It's a paradise created by you, for you. This isn't just a dream, it's a possibility, a transformation waiting to happen. Stay with us to learn how to create your own backyard paradise. Creating a blooming paradise starts with a well-thought-out plan. Before you start planting, it's crucial to assess the current state of your backyard. This involves understanding the amount of sunlight and shade your space receives, as well as the type of soil you have. Different plants thrive under different conditions, so knowing these details will guide you in choosing the right plants. Next, let's talk about layout. Think about where you want your flower beds to go. Consider the paths that you or your guests might walk, and where you might want to place seating areas. This is your canvas, so feel free to get creative. You can create winding paths, circular flower beds, or even a hidden seating area for that touch of mystery. Remember, the goal is to create a space that's not just beautiful but also functional and enjoyable to be in. With a solid plan in place, you're one step closer to your blooming backyard paradise. The heart of your garden will be the variety of plants you choose. In creating your blooming paradise, aim to select a diverse array of plants that bloom at different times of the year. This way, you ensure that your backyard stays colorful and vibrant throughout the seasons. Think of it as a continuous performance, with different plants taking center stage at various times. In the spring, you might have daffodils and tulips stealing the show. Come summer, roses and hydrangeas might take the lead, while fall might see the fiery colors of maples and chrysanthemums. Winter need not be dull either, with evergreens and winterberries adding a splash of color. Consider both annuals, which live for one season, and perennials, which return year after year. And remember, it's crucial to choose plants suitable for your climate zone. With a bit of research and planning, you can curate a stunning array of plants that will transform your backyard into a year-round spectacle. Remember, diversity is the key to a vibrant garden. Great gardens grow from great soil. To transform your backyard into a blooming paradise, preparing the soil is a crucial step. Start by testing your soil. This gives you a sense of what you're working with, helping you understand its pH level and nutrient content. There are easy-to-use test kits available online or in garden centers. Next, improve your soil's structure and nutrient content through amendment. This involves adding organic matter like compost or well-rotted manure. These enrich the soil, improving its texture and fertility, and boosting its ability to hold water and nutrients. Lastly, fertilize your soil. While amendments add general nutrients, fertilizers provide specific nutrients that your plants may need. Use a slow-release granular fertilizer for a prolonged nutrient supply. Remember, different plants have different nutrient needs, so tailor your fertilizer to your plant selection. So there you have it. Testing, amendment, and fertilization. 3 key steps to prepare your soil for planting. With your soil ready, it's time to plant. Planting your flowers correctly is crucial to their growth. It's not just about digging a hole and popping in the plant. There's a bit more to it, but don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's start with spacing. This is an important aspect that often gets overlooked. Each plant needs its own room to grow, to stretch its roots and spread its leaves. So, how much space should you leave between each plant? Well, it varies. A good rule of thumb is to leave at least as much space as the plant's mature width. For example, if a plant is expected to grow 2 feet wide, allow 2 feet of space between it and its neighbor. Next, let's talk about depth. The depth at which you plant your flowers can greatly affect their survival. As a general guideline, the hole should be about twice as wide as the root ball and just as deep. This gives the roots plenty of room to spread out and establish themselves. Now, let's move on to watering. Watering is crucial for new plantings, but it can be a bit of a Goldilocks situation. Too little water, and the plant dries out. Too much water, and it can drown. The key is to keep the soil consistently moist, but not waterlogged. A good soaking immediately after planting helps settle the soil around the roots and reduces transplant shock. A little tip here, water deeply and less frequently, rather than shallowly and often. This encourages roots to grow downwards, seeking moisture and making the plant more resilient in the long run. And remember, these are just guidelines. Each plant is unique and may have its own specific needs, so always check the plant tag or do a little research to make sure you're giving your plant the best start possible. Now that your plants are in the ground, let's talk about keeping them healthy. A garden needs more than just sunlight to thrive. Watering is the lifeblood of a garden, but it's not as simple as turning on a hose. Plants are like people. They all have their own preferences when it comes to hydration. Some like a daily drink, while others prefer their soil to dry out between waterings. It's crucial to understand the needs of your plants and adjust your watering schedule accordingly. When it comes to watering, timing is everything. The best time to water your garden is during the cooler parts of the day, typically early in the morning or late in the evening. This minimizes evaporation and ensures that your plants have plenty of time to absorb the water. Now, let's talk about mulching. Mulch is a layer of organic material that you spread around your plants. It serves several purposes. It helps maintain soil moisture, suppresses weeds, and as it decomposes, it enriches your soil with nutrients. It's like a protective blanket for your garden. When it comes to ongoing care, pruning and deadheading are essential. Pruning involves cutting back overgrown plants to improve their shape and promote new growth. Deadheading, on the other hand, is the process of removing faded flowers to encourage the plant to focus its energy on new blooms. And let's not forget about feeding your plants. Just like us, plants need a balanced diet to grow strong and healthy. There are various types of fertilizers available, each with its own mix of essential nutrients. You can choose from organic options like compost or opt for synthetic fertilizers if you're looking for a quick nutrient boost. Remember, a blooming paradise doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent care and attention. You'll need to monitor your garden regularly, adjusting your care practices as needed. Patience is a virtue in gardening. There will be challenges, but that's part of the journey. Every gardener, no matter how experienced, learns something new every season. Regular maintenance ensures your garden stays vibrant and healthy. Your blooming paradise is within reach, so roll up your sleeves and let's get gardening. Your garden should be a reflection of you. Now, let's talk about adding that personal touch. You see, gardens, just like us, have personalities. They can be vibrant and lively or serene and tranquil. So why not let your garden tell your story? Perhaps you're a fan of whimsical garden decor. Consider incorporating a fairy garden or a gnome village. Or maybe you're drawn to the rustic charm of a DIY birdhouse or a repurposed wheelbarrow planter. The options are endless and only limited by your imagination. And don't forget, unique planters can double as art pieces. An old teapot, a pair of worn-out boots, or even a vintage suitcase can become home to your favorite blooms. These pieces not only add character but also tell tales of their own. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to personalize your space. It's about creating a garden that speaks to you, that resonates with your style. With personal touches, your garden becomes truly yours. Now, you have the knowledge to transform your backyard into a blooming paradise. Let's quickly recap what we've learned together. We started by assessing our space, considering factors like sunlight, shade, and soil type. We then moved on to plant selection, choosing a variety of plants that bloom at different times of the year for that continuous splash of color. Remember, both annuals and perennials have their place in your garden. We then discussed soil preparation, testing, amendment, and fertilization to ensure a healthy growing environment. We dove into planting techniques including spacing, depth, and watering tips for successful growth. We also covered watering practices, mulching, and ongoing care. We rounded it off by adding personal touches with garden decor, DIY projects, and unique planters. So, what are you waiting for? Start your gardening project today, and don't forget to share your progress with us. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more gardening tips and transformation stories.